Hey, what is up, you guys? codgamerMC here again, and today I'll be talking to you about how to build a World Trade Center in Minecraft. Obviously, this is not just like the outside of the building, it's like building the World Trade Center that actually works, that you have interiors, floor plans, and everything. So here's my complete version of the North and South Tower here in Minecraft. It doesn't exactly look the same just because of the materials I used. I used stone bricks and iron blocks, and what I did was like I gave it my own little taste using the same, like I looked up the images in Google to be able to build this, and this is a 43 by 43 area. So we have actually have a center, so it's oddly symmetrical to be able to be symmetrical in the inside. So after all, we have a different mods here that enabled me to actually make this trade center. And actually, as you can see here, we have the strong central core as seen in the buildings. So I did it by everything. I placed nearly 40 columns of, and I put the block of diamond just to color code it from the iron blocks, but I like made a texture pack, so I changed the colors a bit to make it a little bit more realistic since steel was used. And I have 4 perimeter columns, and I also have the 4 parts of the interior core. So using pneumatic craft, I got the elevators. They work and they go all the way up to the building. I know this is not how the original buildings were created but they have different they have a sky lobby and different elevators. But since this is Minecraft and I don't have a lot of traffic, nor do I have people in this world, so why not just make it one complete elevator? So I have the stairwells A and B, they go all the way to the top of the building, and also have here like a parking lot area, as you can see right here. Like this is the bottom, the B1 level. I also have like a parking authority, just filling out space. This wasn't actually there, but I filled out space. So about 99% of the things in this tower are according to real life, not everything, because like I actually made my own lobby. I made the central core, and also go all the way up to the roof. But that's where it changes. So I'm just gonna go. I used World Edit to like help me make it a little bit easier. So this is how I made the rooftop with the helicopter. I know it's not how the fencings were, because like the fencings were in the central area and like you couldn't get to the perimeter. But since I told you I gave it a little bit of taste, so I wanted not the exact same replicas, because that's what I'm not looking for. What I was looking for like a building where you could work in, but I used the World Trade Center as a model, so you have the core and everything. So then I just copy pasted with the World Edit to make the North Tower. And the antenna is kind of small, yes, because of like I reached the building height, which is 256 blocks in Minecraft, but since I wanted more floors, so that's how I made it. But since you're making it, you could make a bigger antenna and less floors. So this is 34 floors, which I made, and I'm just gonna go into detail on how I make each and every floor and how I just copy pasted using World Edit. So going back to the 34th floor, which is the top floor, I know it's 110 floors, but it's not that easy to make 110 floors in the 256 blocks within Minecraft. So as you can see here, this is a restaurant I made here. I know there's some details missing, like kitchen and such, but it's like it replicates the restaurant in the buildings. So this is not the building I built my office in. So well, actually it is. The other tower is the one I have it vacant. So this is my actually little office that I made. Everything is not exactly, because this is like Minecraft getting a little bit of taste to it using the actual buildings. So I wouldn't go placing everything in detail, like just leave it there. I wanted a functional building, so that's what I made. So I'm just gonna teach you how to basically do everything of this, and using other mods. If you're interested in downloading any other mods, you can do so. Like for example, I use carpenter's blocks. I also use industrial craft Phoenix Rose for the rose outside, Industrial Craft, Red Power, and the other mods I use Computer Craft, so and Pneumatic Craft, so I use these roads. And so let's get cracking. So what you want to do is, first of all, get into a nice piece of flat land, as you can see right here. So I have this flat land around here, which you can make a perimeter as big as you want. I decided to go with 43 by 43. So what I did was I looked for the iron blocks. So that's what I'm gonna start off with the materials that we're gonna use for the building. So we're also gonna use the diamond blocks for the central core, and I also used stone bricks as it were concrete, and for the little facades in the middle of the buildings I used cobblestone, which I made it my own texture pack. So you can start off with these 3 blocks. So I'm just gonna start with the block of iron, which is what I started, and just like look for a perimeter of 43, which is what I did. So I'm just gonna go like estimating around. So that's 35, missing 5 blocks, so it's like now we have 40, 42, so that's 5. Alright, so just one more, I'll be alright. So now just measure it around, see if it's perfectly 43 from corner to corner. So I'll go like set 42. So I'm missing 1 block, so to make it oddly symmetrical. So there we have a 43. So now we gotta go this way 40 to make the 43 by 43. So I'm just estimating around here how much space it actually gonna take. So like, okay, so I made it too big. So just go down 7 blocks, so around here. So I'll do undo, and then right again, just get it. No, that's 1 too big. So now we actually have our 43 right here. So that's 43 by 43. So what I did was just place the perimeter of the building and just go over here. And then what I did was set 0, just so you have your space. And this is gonna be the perimeter of the tower. So you can build it any bigger, but remember it has to be oddly symmetrical. So for example, 43 by 43, 45 by 45, 47 by 47, it has to be oddly symmetrical. Therefore you can find the middle of the building. So that's what we're gonna do now. So once you have measured your outside perimeter, just place these blocks as I mentioned, and like take from this side to here, and make sure, since your perimeter is 43 all the way from here to here, minus the 2 corner blocks just to be in the inside is 41, minus our center should be 20, and 20 is 40, and this is 41. So make sure it's the same thing here. And then we'll find the center of the building once we make sure that this is 20. So now we just have to find the center of the building to start with our central core. So right about there is our center. Just make sure, go against this. Okay, so now we have 20. To make an extra precaution, just to make sure that it has to measure 20. So see where this is the center of the building. So now to getting into the core, we're just gonna leave 12 spaces from there to here and 9 this way. So what we're gonna do is like count it all the way. So get aligned right there. So just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So place your core column right there. Set this to 0 to make sure you count it right. So now just copy this and rotate it 180 degrees. And now just paste it. To make sure that you correctly paste it, do the same thing on this side. Z0, so it's 12, just undo. So now we're gonna go this way and count for 9 blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3. So just to make sure you count it correctly, just set it to 0. So now do the same thing, copy and rotate. Copy, rotate 180 degrees, and then just paste it and make sure that now it's correctly dimensioned. So set 0, 9 blocks. So now we have our central core's perimeter. So what you're gonna do now is come through this way and just get the core, click it right there, and then just wall it out. But be careful, it might actually give you something wrong, so just gonna place that there just in case anything goes wrong. So now it's wall 57, which is diamond. See, now we have our rectangular core. So there are 6 columns from this side, which is the shorter, and 8 core columns that way. So what you're gonna do, place 1, leave 2. So now we have that. Just make the 3 spaces, and now you have your 6 core columns this way. As you can see, now you have your 6 core columns, and now this way you gotta have 8 core columns. There's 1 there, there's another, and here's another one, the 3 spaces. So see, now you have your 8 core columns. So now we're just gonna start splitting the central core into its 4 parts. So now what we're gonna do is like copy this side and just like paste it on the other side. So now we have this copied. Now we just go and paste it here. So it's a lot of copy pasting, but it's better than doing everything by hand. So now we just like copy it from this side. So now that's what you do. You first build the central core of the building, then you build the outer perimeter. So let me just establish that we have 12 and 9. So we're just gonna start making this our perimeter. I'm gonna place the iron blocks just to make, so just do the same thing. So now walls 42, and there we have our iron perimeter. And now we have our central core. So now we're dividing it into 4 pieces, and then what you're gonna do next, so we have center and our core columns. So now what you do is go parallel to this core column, and we're gonna place 4 more columns, something like this. Four columns. So now that we have our 4 columns, we go to this column and just like watch the diagram. So this diagram actually shows that we have 1 column right there and 1 column on this side. So we have this empty space right here, and then for our other columns, so now we just start counting how many does it have. So on this side it actually has 6 core columns, so we're just gonna go like this and keep up the building of the columns. So now we have one side of the perimeter of the building. So now we're just gonna move into the other side and look out for how many columns there are. So now we go on to this side of the building. So just keep in mind that when looking at the image, you keep the orientation that you're going for. So we started building like this, and this is the orientation of the image I'm using for the core columns. So build one more this way. So on the orientation of so we only have that column, and then follow other columns like so, and one more on this side. So we have something like that, this. So now just keep looking again to how many columns you have. So, and then on that side we're just gonna grab one right here and one right here. So, and for this side we're gonna build parallel column like so. So, and just start counting again that you have all your columns placed where they are. So now I'm doing my final check for how many columns we have. So now we're missing 2 columns that will actually go here. goes there, and we're missing another column, so look for the placement. I'm just gonna go and place it right here. So I have a schematic of the central core of the other building, so I'm just gonna use that as reference to see if I made it correctly. So we have it right here, so we'll just go ahead and paste this core. So this is the core of the other building, which is what I have. See, now we're just gonna go and connect the columns one with another. So from our orientation point, we gotta find how this goes into this. So once we look at it from this point of view, we see that one of them gets boxed in. So I'm gonna come back with how to put the concrete onto it. So just to make sure, now that we have our core columns placed, just go again and do this. So we got 4 columns this way, and we should have one more column right here. So it's a 4 and 4 and 4. So as you can see right here, that you have the 4 this way, 4 this way, and a 4 this way, but you got a 1 space on it. So on this side, which is the left side, is 4 and 4, and you only have 2 on this side. So to make sure that's a 4 and 2. So we meet the criteria for that. So now going into the other sides, so on the other sides we're looking at this one and this one. So we got 2 there, and this one's just gonna stand alone, because once we put the concrete onto it, we're just gonna leave it alone. So this column goes just to make out for the floor space, and we're missing some columns on this side. So we look at what I did here, so it's 4, 4 and 2. So actually we got the 4, 4, and we're missing the column right here. So that makes up 4, the 2 there is. And as for this side, we look again at this model, so it's 4, 4 and 2. So we have 4 there, and we have an extra column that I misplaced. So now that we have our columns placed, now we go ahead and get our concrete, or in this case our stone brick, and start enclosing each and every piece of this that there is. So something like this, you should have this as, so make sure you got the correct curves. You got 2 columns exposed, and the rest is just into it. And this one is the easiest one because it's a complete square. So we go like this, but remember that you have 2 columns inside. So we just like wrap this around as it were some type of square. So once it's enclosed, you're done with this side. So if you want to go and layer this up, you can do so. So we continue like this, and just I'm gonna keep checking on my this side. So we have a 4, 4 and the 2. So keep in mind this is how we do it. So you have 4 columns on this side and 2 on the other. So just keep in mind how this goes. Right through there and right through there. So you see that we have a sort of a 9, and it 0 and a 9 like this one does. So now we're just gonna complete the other sides. So then you should have like this strange boot and another like 9. So start with the sort of looking 9. So we fill it out. So you see it's taking some sort of shape. So now we connect this, and this way. So we leave 1. So we have that sort of weird 9. And then for our last one, just interconnected like this way. Full wall, full wall, full wall, but a little bit strange there. It's gonna be like full wall, full wall. So you see how this is looking now? You just interconnect it on the outside of the 3 columns and then just keep it with this one. So like so. So now you have this like you do here, and you see your column and like string 9 and column. So you should have 2 exposed columns like we see there. So now we finished our central core. So now just keep leveling it up until you get, so we have 8 here, so just like keep getting up until I have 8 to be parallel with the outer surface. So I'm just gonna weld edit it right here, so I'm just gonna go. So now that we have our central core, we can essentially take these out, and now we're gonna measure how tall we want our floors to be. So now that we're done with the core of the building, so you can just go ahead and copy and paste it, and it's gonna do a few floors so you can see what I mean. So now I got copied it, so paste it, go in like this. So that's our first floor, second floor. So that's just gonna get us onto the second floor, and just go ahead and put one more for the third floor. So now this is gonna determine how tall our floors are gonna be. So our floors, I want it to be this way. So this is parallel, should be parallel like so, and this side it's gonna be like so. So our floor thicknesses are gonna be this way. So we have this trough that connects the outer perimeter of the building with the central core, like they actually do. So this is how you're gonna do it. So trough connections go with these columns. So we're gonna have 6 connections on this side and 8 on that side. So something like this. So now that we have our trough connections, we go ahead and do this side, and then we'll get into the concrete and leveling of the floors. So now that we have our trough connections, now there's little to do. So now we just go and fill the ceiling of the first floor with stone bricks like so. Just place 1 block like so, and then just do fill 98 100. So now we have complete flooring. So now we're just left with this hollow air bracket. So what you're gonna do here is do the same thing. Just like grab around here and just gonna do this easier. So put a stone brick right here and do replace 0 for air with 98 as stone brick, and there we go. So we go right here. Since this is gonna be the wedged onto the top of the building, just take that and shift it one way this way. So we leave 1 space for the wedge we're gonna use for carpenters. So do on the same on each side. So just leave 1 space in blank. So now we have this. So now we go and break this block, put it right there. So now we leave for our doors and our openings, and then just keep going with the 2 onto this side. So like so. So now we have our initial phase complete. So we just we pick it up like so into a few blocks, and now we just copy and paste this side. So if you want to go ahead and just like finish faster, you can put the cobblestone in, which goes right now, but it's not cobblestone, it's stone bricks, pardon me. So you can put the stone brick. Cobblestone comes in later, so you can start putting the stone bricks onto it, so you don't have to do double work on placing it. So you should have a nice thick block like so. If you want to make the perimeter stone brick, you can do so. I'm not gonna do that right now, so I'm just gonna copy this side and place it on this side. So now we have our face of the tower complete. So now just repeat this process, pick it up like so, and now just copy paste it, and now we're gonna be rotating it. So around here, rotate 90 degrees. So now we paste it and keep rotating it another 90 degrees. I went one too far. So paste, one last rotation of 90 degrees, and paste it right there. So see, now we have our perimeter, and just fill the in-betweens with glass like so. You can do it like this. Glass, you can do that before copying everything. You can fill it up with glass or just use world edit right now. And since our entrance is this way, we'll break all this glass and just like make your own design for the entrance. And on this sides, just leave the 3 by 3 blocks of glass into that. So now we're going to build onto the second floor. So this is how it goes. So we're gonna have to level it out a little bit more. So we go iron like so. Just like try to connect everything. So just connect the trough like so, and just go like that. So the last thing I did was the glasses, just because I got a lot of changing to do, so just to not redo things twice. So this is how high it should be. So I'm just gonna go on ahead and copy and paste this on into each side. So just copy and paste, and it's gonna do that into the whole building. So now that we have our trough connections, we're missing one side. So just make sure that these iron blocks are in the perimeter of the iron. And so we're just gonna do one more copy pasting to the other side of the building. So we take it like so, copy it, rotate it 180 degrees, and just go by this side and just like paste it like so. So now that you have your trough connections and your core like so, you're ready to do your second floor. So what you do around here is like, and you fill this later with glass. So I pick up this like so, and just go to the other side of the building, and then just around here replace 0 with 98. See, now we have one floor. So, and then now we're into our second floor. So now for the second floor, it's quite a little bit different, because now you have your base, and then you gotta then do like this. So now then you leave one for glass, then again, so it just, there's one pattern, 1 to 1, 1 iron, 1 glass, 1 iron, 1 glass, all the way until you get onto the middle. Then you copy and then paste it, and then you can do the rest around the perimeter, and then just repeat the processes below, because the video is getting quite a little bit too long for me to keep going on, and probably this is just repetitive, because you do the same thing on the as of the first floor. You raise it up until here, so you put your cement, which is our stone brick or concrete, and then just like bring it out all the way until it gets with the perimeter. So, and then just get this. So that's how tall you gotta go per floor. So this is the top of the third floor. So just repeat each process, level all of it around the perimeter until right here, and then remember your trough connections, and then just like copy paste it until you get onto a floor that you would like for it to be. So again, I'm just gonna keep going on with this, and I'll show you when it's done what I mean. So now that we have it like this, so we're just gonna copy paste it for our other side. So we'll get onto the middle of it, copy it, and just go to the outside of the perimeter. Again, level it up so you have it quite parallel. So now you see that we have the complete face. So just copy this complete wall, rotate it around the whole trade center. So now you have the second floor. So now do your trough connections and fill everything with concrete, and you'll have a floor like this but with a different face. So then just copy from this point around here, from the outside, from the second floor, not the first one, because you don't want to have this 2-in-1 design. So you take from this floor and copy it till you get onto the top of the floor with this concrete, and then just keep raising it up. So one thing to know that you did the floors correctly is that on the start of every floor you see the perimeter of the central core. If you don't, then you did something wrong. So something like this you should see. So you should have like 4 blocks of clearance per floor. And that's about it. On my next video I'm gonna be covering how to install the elevator shafts from Pneumatic Craft and how to build on the stairwells. So that's it for this video, and for next video you're gonna start seeing it like this, and then I'm just gonna like copy and paste from the floors, and then I'll show you how to do the elevators. But you can do this on your own. You don't have to see how I did it, because this is the same thing as the first one, and just go nuts and do whatever, any design you preferably like. And then I'm just gonna show you basically how to make the elevator shaft, pneumatic doors, and that's for my next video. So you're gonna end up something like this. You see the 2 design and then the 1 design, the 2 and then 1 design, and then you're just gonna have something like this, stairwells A and B, and you choose what to do with it. So then you have like a World Trade Center like this one. So we're just gonna go to the 31st, 4th floor, and you see that I have the letterings, and this is how called the central core goes. And then I'm gonna show you the elevators, so you just go and just give it on your own taste. But what I wanted to multiply is like the elevator shaft, like that's what I called the elevator. So the elevator rail frame. So just multiply it all the way up. And then what I wanted to duplicate, or like in real life, something like that, in Minecraft, was the central core of the building and the perimeter of the building. That's what I wanted to make look in real life. If you look for other videos of World Trade Center, you're just gonna see a hollow tube inside that just for decoration, and you can't actually use it for anything unless you fill it up with something. But this is just as accurate as it gets. So you can see what we're building right there, and this is what's complete. So you see you have your central core, and then I'm just gonna show you on my next video how to top it all off, because as if you can see, once you get to the top you gotta join all the perimeter columns like so. So you join everything and around here, so you can see right there, and then just into the rooftop, and you just make what you want and your antenna as tall as you want. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe for more, like the video, comment down on how helpful it was, and if a lot of feedback, a lot of people keep watching it, then I'm just gonna make the second video. So this is it for the video. I hope you guys liked it and hope it has helped you out. So see you in the next video. Peace.